Mike, what would be something that resonates with you from the Christmas story?
Jesus.
That's what I was going to say.
He's pretty great.
The angels said,
Are you
"Glory
serious?
to God."
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You
Wow,
gotta
there
listen
are
to
going
the
to be
question.
letters about that nonsense.
And everything else, but it's all wrapped up in Jesus. It's just a marvel. Just continually gives me chills and makes me wonder at exactly what God was accomplishing at Christmas. You're listening to the Prepared to Answer podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And just a reminder that all of the resources that we mentioned in this episode today, you can find linked through the episode description.
Welcome to a special Prepared to Answer podcast, Christmas year-end celebration edition. My name is Sean Walker, and I am joined by the whole PTA team and our PTA Go partners. We're excited to have you along. We hope you enjoy this episode. We're going to touch on some things that happened in 2023, kind of reminisce about the goodness of God in our ministry. And we're also going to be looking at the Christmas story as well as doing some trivia. But before we get to all that, I wanted to introduce our team. As always, I've got Scott Steen with me, creator, content creator, dictionary connoisseur. You know him from most of our PTA broadcasts, and so welcome, Scott. We have Becca Whipple, who you have seen the work that she's done. She is our media specialist. She will do the editing. She makes us sound intelligent, makes us sound good, as well as makes us look good. So welcome, Becca. Julia Pettipies, our admin support. If you're a partner with Prepared to Answer, you will have interacted with her, possibly gotten a note or even talked to her on the phone. She keeps the wheels turning at Prepared to Answer. So welcome, Julia. And for our PTA Go partners, we have Mike McGarry from Youth Pastor Theologian. Mike is in that hideous, for those that are listening, they can't see, but he has got a great Christmas sweater. Mike is the founder of Youth Pastor Theologian and one of our PTA Go partners, and Mike is in Boston. So this is actually an international broadcast.
This is true.
Moving next to our other PTA Go partner, who recently survived a snowstorm, Matt Belfay from Truth Snack. And Matt is in Scotland. So welcome, everyone. So good to have you all together. And I thought, you know what, maybe we could start off with a year in review. Maybe we could touch on some things that you saw God moving in ministry and what touched you in ministry. And I think maybe the best place to start maybe is with you, Scott.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, 2023, it's hard to believe the year's already, almost over. We're at Christmas again. But it's been a terrific year. You know, every year we kind of go into it just trusting the Lord to lead and guide and provide. And yeah, 2023 was no exception. Probably there's probably three things on my mind, Sean, that I would count as highlights. The one big highlight, though, I would point out that was, I think, special for us here at Prepared to Answer was that 2023 marked our 10th year of ministry. Mm-hmm. We started officially in February of 2013. So I don't know where the 10 years went, but it was kind of cool to get to this point and just look back and see how God has faithfully led and supplied for us and provided for us. It's really humbling, and it's also just makes me thankful to the Lord for his faithfulness. Along those lines, you know, when we set out 10 years ago, one of our objectives in ministry, and it's still just baked into our core values, is that we want to serve the local church. And one of the things one of the ways that manifests itself is through some of our church partnerships, not just churches that support our mission and ministry, but also churches that we partner with to support their ministries. And also this year, we were able to collaborate with one of our church partners to produce what is coming out shortly in the new year, a new video resource. And that is our upcoming series called So Much More Than Sex. It's a 4-week video series that we were able to produce. Really, our target audience were young adults. And so we partnered with one of our partner churches. We set up this 4-week series with their young adults ministry. So we had about 30 young adults each week. And so we're able to deliver that live and then also capture it And so now we're developing that into a video resource that other churches or small groups can use. So we'll be talking more about that, of course, as the days come.
Yeah, and probably the third thing, Sean, is a few years ago we were looking for God's direction on how to grow our ministry, how to increase our impact, and He just gave us this vision for, helping to mobilize other people like us, other like-minded ministries who have a real burden for, equipping and building the faith of the next generation. And that's where, providentially, God led us to Matt Belfay with True Snack. And we got into partnership with Matt and kind of, started this new journey of what it looks like to come alongside and work with other ministries, joining our team, but just, helping each other to do ministry and serve the next generation. And then for that to crystallize this year, 2023, we officially kind of, that vision, clarified for us, and we launched PTA Go, which is that part of our ministry that's that mobilizing arm. And of course, along with that, and I'm sure you'll talk about this a bit, then seeing Mike come on this year as our second PTA Go partner. That was a fantastic highlight for me and for us as a ministry too. So those are probably my top three.
Yeah, and to carry on with PTA Go, that would have been my highlight for this year for both our PTA Go partners, Truth Snack and Youth Pastor Theologian. For Youth Pastor Theologian launching it, this dream that Mike has had for a number of years, finding Mike, getting to know him, his ministry, and just loving what's happening at YPT, going down, visiting his church family and really his ministry center in the Boston area. That was a huge highlight. And then for True Snack's first banquet this year, which was super exciting in Ottawa. We just had a wonderful time celebrating how God has been working in Truth Snack. And so, you know what, that's where I think I'm going to move next. Matt, what would be ministry highlights for Truth Snack this year?
There are a few, I think we'll all have a few, but it's interesting to hear Scott go first because, it makes sense. I mean, my ministry highlight this year is probably that after kind of doing 9 months of making videos on encountering God and how we do that and whether that's possible, particularly because those who are doubting feel as though God is absent in their life, and that makes the doubting crisis even harder. That kind of culminated in me creating a 3-part video series that local churches can download and actually run in their groups. Mm-hmm. So, having church leaders watch it, go, this is great, we're going to use this. It doesn't get any better than that. And I still do local youth ministry here on top of kind of True Snack on the side, and it's the best. There's really nothing better than being in a room with people discussing faith, discussing scripture, discussing Christ. Being able to empower that and to empower face-to-face conversations with doubting Christians, I don't know if it gets much better than that. And then kind of the cherry on top was just launching the Truth Snack podcast this year. I've always wanted to podcast. I haven't done a lot of it. And next year I'm already lining up some guests and getting really excited to kind of develop that, because conversations about doubt take a lot of time, energy, and effort. They often don't happen quickly. And so I think podcasting is just a great way to kind of facilitate that in a new way. So launching that was kind of a highlight, and I'm just excited for where it goes next.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And where can people find the Truth Snack podcast, Matt?
Pretty much, I think I've put it anywhere podcasts can be found: iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, truthsnack.ca/podcast, all over. Whatever you use, it's probably there already.
Oh, that's great. Mike, our new PTA Go partner, this is your first Christmas podcast. Yeah. Sorry for calling you hideous. You're not hideous. The sweater is hideous.
It is. It's an abomination.
Well, when you're a youth pastor, you have some really ugly sweaters. This is one of them. So anyways, Youth Pastor Theologian, it's been a really great year. I'm going to say ditto to all the things so far, and PTA Go, so thankful to be part of the team. And last year's Christmas episode gave me so much FOMO because I was like, oh, I can't wait to join the team. And we'd been talking and starting to plan. And I was like, yes, next year I get to be on this.
Aw.
So here I am, dream fulfilled.
Nice.
Yeah, I love it. I'm so grateful for Prepared to Answer and for Truth Snack and for this partnership to do ministry together. Yeah, it's been an incredible year to serve youth workers and churches, to get emails and occasionally phone calls from youth workers all around America and internationally. I've been talking with a fair number of youth workers across the UK and Ireland and Finland and Germany and Mexico and Cuba. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, I just never would have imagined this when I started this really simple website with kind of a intentionally nerdy name, right? Like Youth Pastor Theologian. Like, yeah, this is going to become like a global thing, right? But like, there's a hunger for theological depth and for theological engagement in youth ministry. And so this year's been a really encouraging proof of concept, I guess, to say like there is valid, genuine hunger and need for this type of work. And so, yeah, that's been awesome. Another highlight this year has been my book, Discover, Questioning Your Way to Faith, came out with New Growth Press in July. And I still just get random text messages and Facebook and Instagram messages from youth workers sending me pictures of their students reading the book and discussing the book in small groups. And man, that warms an author's heart.
Yeah.
That's great.
So yeah, it's just been really encouraging to be able to provide some solid theological reflection for student ministry leaders and for teenagers directly, and to see it's being well received. So yeah, thank you guys personally for your investment and helping to make this happen. So
yeah, no, it is. It's awesome to see how God's been working. Thanks, Mike. Looking forward to ministry highlights from Becca and Julia. Julia, ministry highlight for you.
Oh, I've got to say, hands down, it was the banquet this year.
Okay.
I sit behind the scenes at a desk and take a lot of mail in and send a lot of mail out. And of course, I'm on the phone with people and doing lots of emails back and forth with our donors and our members. And so going to the banquet and getting to sit at a table with people that I've just seen on paper, their names, it was a highlight for me. And this year we had the 2 banquets, so I was able to sit in Waterloo with a group of people I had never met before, and we had the most fun. And I have to tell you, I heard so many funny stories, and of course they all knew each other in some form, but they were gracious and kind and allowed me into their conversation, and we had so much fun. But I think, yeah, definitely going to the banquets and being able to connect with people that I wouldn't necessarily see. I'm not the one out there traveling and going to churches and universities. And so just seeing a face to a name is definitely a highlight for me. And also, I think too, when people call in, they need to update their address or something to do with a donation or whatever, because I do some of the donor care. Just being able to talk on the phone with people and chat and kind of catch up, and that is really special, and it warms my heart. And one thing I'll just leave you with, I was chatting on the phone last week with a woman who knows Scott she's been going to hear him for many years at Fair Havens, and she just had the kindest things to say about PTA and Scott and his family. And I thought that was just awesome to be able to hear that positive feedback and to know, okay, this is why we do this. We do this because people are desperate for these resources and they need the information from solid sources. And that's what PTA does. And also just the fact that we have a great team. And so just hearing her talk kindly about Scott and just him as a person, I'm like, yep, that's a testimony as to who started this. And it was great for me to be able to share that back to Scott. And so, I love chatting with our people. So
that is very encouraging. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Thanks, Julia. Becca, ministry highlight from this year.
Sure. So I'd say I think we kind of talked about it already, but I am really both excited and liked working on the So Much More Than Sex series a lot this year. It's a big project, and I'm just excited to see kind of where it goes and how God's going to use it. But in particular, my favorite part of that was trekking through the Exeter forest, trying to find the perfect spot to film our trailer. And bringing snacks so that Scott would be happy.
Hey. I'm not a diva.
Right.
No shame. We all need
These are the great behind the scenes things.
Yeah. I just get low blood sugar sometimes.
You got to keep the talent happy. You got to keep it happy.
Yeah, for sure.
Storming off
Snickers
into the
bar?
bush. Oh, that's awesome.
So, yeah.
Thanks, Becca.
No worries.
Yeah, no, that's great. So last year we talked about favorite Christmas traditions, and if anyone wants to go back and listen to last year's podcast, it's still up, and we had some great Christmas traditions we all talked about. Thought we'd change it a little bit this year and just wanted to talk about a part of the Christmas story that would resonate with each of us, maybe one part of it that really kind of speaks to you. And I'll kick it off. Something that's always spoke to me, I love, is the shepherds in the Christmas story. I love the fact that they are the first ones that visit Christ. So you imagine the Messiah, the King, God changing time, and who would be the first person to visit? Who would be the first people to visit? Never in a million years would you think it's the shepherds, the lowly, the ones that sleep with their animals, kind of out in the country, the smelly, the dirty. But it just kind of foreshadows Christ's ministry, how he really flips the script time and time again on what we think is supposed to happen, or we think God is supposed to act. And that's a part of the story I really love. Mike, what would be something that resonates with you from the Christmas story?
Jesus.
That's what I was going to say.
He's pretty great. I'm a big fan. Sorry, that's my Boston sarcasm coming out. The thing from one of the lines of the Christmas story that I find myself returning to over and over again is the way the angels proclaim the gospel and describe it as good news of great joy for all people. And I just find that really a helpful way to think about Jesus and to think about this message that we carry as ministers, but also that we receive as part of those all people, right? That the gospel is, it is good news of great joy. Do I believe that? Do we believe that? Yeah. I love the angel's gospel proclamation. Good news, great joy, all people.
Yeah. Thanks. Julia?
Sean, you stole mine.
It's fine. You can use it too.
I chose shepherds too. Yeah. So, and I wrote it down. So I'm going to read it.
Okay, you read it. Yes.
Yeah. Well, the shepherds are... they've always resonated with me. And I think, like you, Sean, you mentioned, they're kind of like the lowest on the totem pole as far as society was concerned. And they're pretty grubby. They're out there dirty and smelly. And I thought about that too. And over the years, I've always been thinking about the shepherds and how they must have felt. Like, what was this? So, of course, the angel appears to the shepherds and shares the good news of Jesus' birth. But then this whole host of beings lights up the sky and are singing. And if you picture it, it's pitch black out. It's the middle of the night. And you're high up in the hills and the crags and rocky terrain for part of it. There's fields, of course. But if you look at the geography back then, that's That's what there's lots of hills and rocks. So these shepherds, they're spread out, and they're not sitting in piles of shepherds. They're sitting in piles of sheep. So you've got a shepherd here and all these sheep, and then a shepherd maybe over there. It's pretty, they're working solo. So it's pretty remote, and there's no cell phones. There's no radios. Right. There's no YouTube on their iPad. So there's nothing to keep them, awake at night. They just got to stand guard over their sheep. So I just think it would have been pretty remote and quiet, except for the sheep noises, of course, and maybe a bit lonely. And then all of a sudden, poof, in the middle of the night, this happens. And so that's always struck me quite a bit. And then, of course, they need to share that and go into the town and see Jesus and then share it to everybody they meet. And I just think that would have been back then, especially, quite the phenomena. So that's always resonated with me.
That's awesome. Yeah. Thanks, Julia. Matt, how about you?
I'm glad you chose me next. I was like, oh no, I don't want someone to take mine. a lot of competition here. I love the Magi. You guys love the shepherds, and that's fine. Everyone's allowed to have their favorite. But it's hard for me not to be like, it's really the Magi. I mean, what I love is in Matthew 1, Matthew makes it really clear that Jesus is like this. He's a Hebrew of Hebrews. He is in the lineage of David. He's this king we're expecting. He is part of this great Jewish story. But then some of the first people to come visit him are foreigners who, awkward detail, are using divination, which is totally prohibited. So they practice divination and find this coming king, and they enter in to this Jewish story as total outsiders. And I think it just really makes it clear right from the get-go that this story is going to be a lot bigger and really different than what we expect. And I just love that. I love the welcoming in because I work with doubters. I like the discomfort of that, of how they got there and them being welcomed into this grand Jewish story with this prophesied king. So it's incredible. I just really love the Magi. And I like that they're always there every year and included in the story.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Thanks, Matt. Becca.
All right. So everyone keeps saying the shepherds, and my train of thought was similar, but a different skew. So I like that part the best. But I was thinking this morning on the angels in particular, where maybe part of this is how our Western media has portrayed, but just the glory, like them appearing in all this light and just proclaiming like, wow, praise God for this, for Jesus and then that in contrast even to what Jesus actually, what his state was at that time, just that glory that he deserved, like all this praise, and yet he's in this little manger. It wasn't really what he deserved. But anyway, I just thought that was kind of beautiful, thinking and reflecting on that. So, yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Becca. Finally, Scott, has everyone taken...
everyone. Yeah, now that everyone's shared all the good stuff. No.
Come join us on Team Magi.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I had been reflecting on the shepherds, I'll admit. What often resonates most for me is maybe just along with all of these things and tying right into, Becca, the point you just made, and maybe it's part of the mystery of the event itself, of what was actually transpiring, which was the incarnation of the eternal Son of God, the second person of the Trinity. And Becca, that contrast between the angels' lights and all the things you would associate with glory, right, juxtaposed with the humility of the manger and the shepherds, and that's the whole part of it. And I think part of that just further, I think, punctuates for me the mystery of what was happening at that moment when the eternal Son of God took forever upon himself, joined with his own nature, human flesh, which is humble, right? Which is, we are nothing compared to God. And yet he joined himself with us. And it brings to mind, this isn't from the Christmas story, but this is in John's gospel, the significance of what was going on at Christmas. And John says this in John 1:14. He says the Word, he's speaking of, that's the Son of God, right? The eternal Word. The Word became flesh and made his dwelling among us. And John says, we have seen his glory, the glory of the one and only Son who came from the Father, full of grace and truth. And to me, the marvel of Christmas is that in the humility of Jesus' arrival at his birth, somehow God has made his glory visible for us. That when we, and Paul alludes to this in 2 Corinthians 4, he says that the God who said, let light shine from darkness, has caused the light of his glory to shine into our hearts in the face of Christ, so that when we look on Jesus now, we see God's glory. That's the part that just kind of wraps it all up for me, I guess, that humility and the glory and everything else, but it's all wrapped up in Jesus. It's just a marvel. Just continually gives me chills and makes me wonder at exactly what God was accomplishing at Christmas. Anyway, that's Since you stole the shepherds from the get-go, Sean, there's some other reflection from my point of view.
And I'd encourage our listeners, if you're watching or listening over YouTube, share your part of the Christmas story that resonates with you. We'd love to hear from you in comments or on social media. What resonates with you? It's good to hear that. Okay, next part of the Christmas extravaganza is trivia, which we have all been waiting for. We have two teams. I need the Rocky music. I'm sure Rebecca will dub in some Rocky music.
I'll find some copyright-free.
Okay, good. Good. We have two teams. We have we're going to call it Team Wisdom as opposed to other adjectives. That would be Julia and Scott. And we have Team Young Guns made up of Becca, Matt, and Mike. So we're going to do Christmas story trivia. We're going to do Christmas tradition trivia. We're going to do ministry trivia. And we're going to end off with some personal trivia. So I will read out the question. If you do not get the question right, it goes to the other team. And I may add in some bonus material. Becca's going to keep score for us. We trust that she will be honest, though we know she's competitive. So I am a little worried. So first up is Team Wisdom. Which gospel starts with a genealogy to establish that Jesus is the Messiah to whom the Old Testament prophets refer? Is it Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John?
I'm going to say Matthew.
I concur.
That is right.
Final
well
answer.
done.
Yay! Team Wisdom.
Get a point. And the bonus question is, why would Matthew have included the genealogy?
Well, he was trying to convince or confirm for a Jewish audience that Jesus was the Jewish Messiah.
There we go. Well done.
It helps that I'm on the team with a former pastor.
Hey, both teams have former pastors.
Hey,
yeah, we have no shortage of former pastors over here.
Exactly. Okay. How many days was it from Jesus' birth until he was named? Was it 0, 2, 5, or 8? Young Guns.
Wasn't the name given to them before Jesus was even born? So wouldn't that be 0 then?
Would it be negative?
No, this is
negative 9 months.
Well, it would have been when he was like circumcised, right? Wasn't it like, was it 8?
I see what you're saying. I think it's the 8th day. Yeah,
okay,
so let's go with that. Yeah.
8th day.
Right.
Well done.
I could drop Becca.
Good work.
You
Becca saved us.
Okay, Team Wisdom, this is your question. According to the Bible, which animals were present at Jesus' birth? Donkey, sheep, camel, or none?
I think none.
I thought there were sheep. None?
Well, I know the story always has lots of animals in the pictures, but I don't.
What's the answer?
D, none.
None. Well done, Team Wisdom.
Can't let the Christmas cards fool you. That's all new.
That's right. Okay, young guns. Who was older, Jesus or John the Baptist, and by how many months?
John is older.
John.
And when Mary heard it, she was 6 months pregnant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So John 6.
Well done. You guys
Woo! Go team.
Yes. Whew. Okay, Team Wisdom. How many magi does the Bible say worshipped Jesus? 3, 6, 7, or we don't know?
I thought it was
I'm going to
3.
say we don't know.
Oh.
Is that your
D.
final answer?
D, we don't know.
Well done, man. We can't get anything by you guys. You guys
Again,
are
the
experts.
three, that's from church tradition. That's not from the
Oh.
Gospels.
And it's usually associated because of the gifts they brought. Okay, young guns, up next. In which New Testament book do we read about the angels singing glory to God in the highest and on earth peace, goodwill to men? Is it Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, or none?
That's Luke.
I would go with Luke as well.
It's Luke.
But yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Mike knows.
Are you going with Luke? Sorry, it's E. None.
Oh,
The angels didn't
Oh,
sing.
what?
The angels said.
are you
Glory to
serious?
God.
Are you serious?
Wow, there
You're
are going
really
to be
gonna do
letters
that?
about that nonsense.
Oh,
Oh
my
my
gosh.
Right
Wow.
into Sean at prepared to answer. And tell him if that was unfair.
Oh my gosh.
Nice. Gonna mix it up a bit. Okay, Team Wisdom, you're up next. Why was the name Jesus selected as the name for the child? Is it from Joseph's line, Jesus means he will save, Jesus means he will overcome, Jesus means he will instruct?
I'm going to say C. Jesus means he will overcome.
I'm going to say B.
Okay, team. Which one?
I'm going to go with Scott because he's a theologian here.
I hope I'm right. I'm going to say B.
You're right. It is B.
Oh, phew.
Good job. Whew, is right.
Well, if we're going to be
Okay.
technical, then it doesn't mean he will save. It means God,
will save.
So if we're going to be so
Sorry.
specific,
B, I'll take B as the closest to the right answer.
That's a great
I'm
point,
going
Mike.
to
That's a great
petition
point.
the judges on the generality of the
Okay.
definition.
So where's our
Okay.
bonus question then?
Yes. Yes, exactly. Okay, that one's under review. We're going to go to the video on that one.
Yeah,
and
I'm throwing the
we'll
review
get back
flag.
to that. Okay, young guns. Which angel appeared to Joseph? Michael, Gabriel, Morpheus, or we do
Morpheus.
not know?
Is this the
Oh,
Matrix?
that's C for sure. C, go for
Yes,
it.
and he took the red pill.
It's A or B. I think it's Gabriel, right?
It's Gabriel.
I thought,
Yeah, it's Gabriel.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, it's D. We don't know who appeared to Joseph. We know
This is it.
Gabriel
Oh.
appeared to Mary.
Oh, you're right.
Oh.
Becca, see, we should have just listen to Becca.
We need more.
Becca's
We need
answer,
to listen to Becca more.
every answer Becca's given has been correct, and everyone I've given is wrong.
Okay, we're going to Team Wisdom. Though most likely not born in a stable, why do people assume that Jesus was born in a barn? A, the cattle were lowing. B, there was no room in the inn. C, because there are so many nativity scenes, it must be true. D, he was placed in a manger.
D, he was placed in a manger, right?
I'll agree with Julia.
Yeah.
You guys are right. Well done.
Although I think C might have some merit to it also.
Okay, well done. Good job. Okay, young guns. On which day was Jesus officially named? Oh, we're going back to this one. A, December 25th. B, his birthday. C, his circumcision. D, his bar mitzvah.
I relent to Becca.
Yeah, team captain, guide us, please.
Oh, I mean, I think C, but I think we had talked about that before. I think
Yeah.
it's C.
Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah.
Well done. Well done. It's C. It is his circumcision, which was on the 8th day, which you had previously gotten right. So well done. What are we at, Becca? What's this is the end of the Christmas story of trivia.
Team Wisdom has 6 points, and the Young
Yes.
Guns have 3. So we gotta
Oh.
make up some ground, guys.
Okay. Got to make up some grounds, maybe in Christmas traditions. Okay. We're going to start again with Team Wisdom. Which video game console has sold the most units of all time? A. Nintendo DS. B. Xbox 360. C. PS2. D. PS3.
What has this got to do with Christmas tradition? Okay, Julia, do you have any ideas?
A. I'm going to say A, Nintendo DS.
I'm going to go with A also, yes.
Okay, that's wrong. I'm going to kick it over to the young guns.
No.
It's C.
A is wrong.
It's C.
It's C.
It's
Yeah.
C.
You're
I
right.
agree.
It is C.
Yep. I actually knew
Okay,
that.
young guns. What was the first Christmas carol broadcast from space? Rock Around the Christmas Tree, The First Noel, Jingle Bells, or Rudolph?
Oh, I actually know this. Jingle Bells.
Well done. Okay, Wisdom. How many total gifts were given in the 12 days of the Christmas song? Was it 250, 364, 12, 532?
How many total gifts were given?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You have to add them up for each
B,
time you
B.
sing
Let's
the
go with
song.
B, okay? Can we say B?
306 Sure, B.
B, you're right. It was
Oh.
364.
That was a total
gift
guess,
for every day of
but
the year.
I knew it wasn't
Well
12.
done.
One for every day of the year, right?
Yeah, I feel like that was a bit of a guess, though. Okay, young guns. How long did it take Charles Dickens to write A Christmas Carol? 6 weeks, 1 year, 7 months, 5 days.
I'm gonna guess and say he did it quickly,
Yeah, I think I agree.
but it's a guess.
Totally.
Becca, what do you think?
Becca, guide us.
Oh no, I don't know. I'd say A or C. Want to go with A?
All right, we'll go with A. I'm
A
trusting Becca.
is right. Well done.
See?
That was a total guess.
Wow.
You're on top of it.
Team captain.
When in doubt, trust Becca.
Yes. For bonus, there was a contemporary, very famous writer that thought it was not that well written, that it was not that great of a story. Could you name who that contemporary of Charles Dickens was that thought it wasn't that great of a story?
What's his name? Bill?
Bill.
Bill Shakespeare?
Oh, no.
Not a
No, it wasn't.
contemporary.
Yeah, not a contemporary
idea.
of Charles Dickens. It would have been Mark Twain. Didn't think it was that great of a story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, Team Wisdom, you're up. How long does it take an average Christmas tree to reach an average height? 10 years, 3 years, 11 months, 7 years.
I'm going to go with D.
Yeah, 7 years sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
Well done. You guys are coming back. Good job. Okay, young guns. How much did Americans spend on Christmas in 2022? Was it 435 billion? Was it 800 million? Was it 936 billion? Was it 1.5 trillion?
Mike, what did your people do? Tell us.
Yeah, what do
I just don't like. I'm just guessing round numbers are made up, so I'm gonna guess. I would say maybe C, but that's just my opinion. Not
Let's
final
go
answer.
with C then.
Well done. You guys are on fire.
Oh.
936
Yeah, so long as we
billion
get
is
away
right.
from the Bible questions, we're on. We got it. Yeah.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, Team Wisdom. What was the highest grossing Christmas movie of all time? Home Alone, The Grinch, It's a Wonderful Life, or Elf?
Grossing. I want to say Home Alone.
I want to say It's a Wonderful Life, but
Well, I think that's probably the most viewed, but are we taking into account inflation?
This is money. No.
okay.
No.
Okay, then I think it's A.
Team wisdom.
A Home Alone. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, it is not Home Alone. Young
Oh.
guns.
Okay. So Elf is relatively new. It's a Wonderful Life was not very popular when it originally came out. It was overshadowed by White Christmas, so it should probably be The Grinch then. That's what I would say.
What's your answer?
Sure. We can
The
try
Grinch?
B, The Grinch.
All right.
The Grinch is right. Well done.
Yay.
For the steal. Nice. 513 million. The Grinch grossed.
Wow.
Is that the Jim Carrey version or the cartoon classic?
Oh.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. So this is Young Guns. In which country is the KFC meal a Christmas tradition? China, US, Japan, or Spain?
It is Japan for
Yeah.
sure. Final answer.
Whoa, nice. That was kind
Uh-oh.
of
That was
Yeah.
authoritative.
well done. Well done. Okay, Team Wisdom. Traditionally, what is to happen on Boxing Day? Sale, shopping, boxing up old Christmas gifts, gifts to the poor or employees, or the welterweight boxing championship.
Traditionally.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's the word. I think that's the key word, traditionally.
Why would you box up old Christmas gifts? I would say C.
C, gifts to the poor or employees. That's my guess too.
Well done. You guys are right. You got
Wow.
that.
Cool.
Well done.
See, the key was
Okay.
in the wording in the question.
Yes.
I know.
Wisdom
You
says
guys.
read the question carefully.
Right, exactly.
Wisdom also says adjust for inflation.
Okay, Young Guns. Traditionally, which country gifts the Christmas tree in Trafalgar Square? The US, Sweden, Norway, or Canada?
What do you mean by gifts the Christmas tree?
We provides the Christmas tree that's in Trafalgar Square.
Oh, okay.
Norway?
Guesses?
I have no idea.
C's always
Yeah,
right,
anybody?
right? I don't know.
Yeah,
What
sure.
are we going with?
Whatever Becca says.
I don't know.
Norway?
Norway.
Norway is right. Well done. Yeah. Young
No
Guns.
guess.
Yeah.
way.
Lucky guess.
Super confident.
It is Norway. Good job. Okay, what are we at, Becca?
Young Guns is in the lead with 10 points. Scott and
All right.
Julia, Team Wisdom, is 9 points. So it's still
Oh,
very
it's
close.
we
anybody's
got it
game
tight.
Okay. Okay.
We
got it
we can
tight.
still
We can
we
do
can
this.
still totally catch you guys. We
Oh,
can
yeah.
totally
That's
catch you
right.
guys.
I am genuinely so invested in this.
Could we just stop and have a nap, though? I feel I just need a little more energy.
Yeah, let me
I
adjust
think
my
I would do better
glasses.
after a nap.
I'm not seeing very well.
Okay, so actually, a lot of this ministry trivia was kind of answered in the opening segment. So, as long as people are listening, you're probably going to get this pretty good. So, I'm going to leave people out of this, and I'll tell you who when we do it, just because obviously you'll know the answer. But okay, but this first question is for the Young Guns, and we're starting in what year was PTA founded? 1971. 2013, 2012, 2014.
It was just 10
20.
years
2013.
this year, 2013. Yeah.
Yeah, very good. That was right.
Yeah.
2013.
Now, technically, it's A because that's my birth year.
Date. Okay, next one, Team Wisdom. How many years ago did Truth Snack drop its first YouTube video? Was it 6 years, 5 years, 7 years, 4 years?
Oh, I want to say 6.
Let's go with 6.
Matt?
I'm not sure. I think it's 6.
Okay,
Good
we'll
enough
take
for
that as
me.
a win. That's
That's a-
perfect. That's perfect. Great.
6 is right.
Okay,
That's awesome. Okay. Next one is for Matt and Becca. And it is, where did Mike receive his Doctorate of Ministries degree from? Moody, Dallas Theological Seminary, Gordon Conwell, or Union Theological Seminary?
I think he attended Gordon, but I don't think that was for his doctorate. I think that was DTS. Becca, do you have anything to add?
I just
cook-
thought I thought it was Gordon, but I'm not sure.
Becca, we're gonna punt to you because you're lucky.
She is right. Is
Yeah.
that right,
That's
Mike?
correct.
Nice.
Answers
Yep.
always C, guys.
all of my degrees are from a school with Gordon in the name.
Okay, Team Wisdom. When does Truth Snack's Black Friday sale on resources end? A, December 15, 2023, December 1st, 2023, December 31st, 2024, or December 1st, 3023.
Well, Black Friday sale.
That's in November. So it must be December 1st.
Yeah,
It
let's
must
go
be
with B. Let's go with B.
Yeah.
That is not correct. We're going to
Oh.
kick it over to Mike
Wow.
and Becca.
I'm pretty sure I remember seeing this. I think it's D because Matt's a funny guy.
You're right. D is correct.
Oh,
I remember seeing that post and I was like, that's clever.
Thank you. Thank you. Get these resources while they're still on sale, people. Time's running out.
That's right. That's great. Okay. The next one is for Matt and Mike. So, Becca, you can't answer this one. And it is, what series is PTA releasing in the new year? Is it the Gospel and Culture series, So Much More Than Sex, Seeing the World as Jesus Sees It, or How to Build Solomon's Temple Out of Lego?
Ooh. All right. I would love to see D.
Yeah.
That would be incredible.
I know, tempting us. Yeah, I think it's B. Yep.
Yeah.
B. Well done. Very good. Okay. And so next is now Team Wisdom. How many podcast episodes has YPT released? Has it been 25, 51, 73, 47?
I'm guessing 51.
Let's do 51.
51 is right. Well done.
That's wisdom for you.
Yes, exactly. Okay, next one is for Mike by yourself. Sorry, Mike, I got to do this, but this is for you. In what cities did PTA host their banquets this year? Was it Toronto and Kitchener, Exeter and Hensel, London and Kitchener, Boston and St. Andrews?
I feel like I remember one of them being in Exeter. So I'm gonna go with B because Exeter sounds familiar.
That's where our headquarters are, but it isn't where we hosted our banquets.
I'm literally the only person who wasn't at these.
At the banquets. That's right.
So is it London and Kitchener?
It's London, Kitchener. Yeah.
Yeah, I was torn
that's
between
right.
B and C.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
Exeter
Should I
sounded
give that
right.
to Should I give that to Team Wisdom?
We'll give that to Team Wisdom. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
Okay, Team Wisdom. What is the name of the latest series dropped by Truth Snack? Is it Encountering God, Faith, Doubt, and Everything in Between? Something in Japanese? Is Christianity a cult?
Latest series dropped by Truth Snack was Encountering God A.
Well done. It could be A or C for those that know Japanese.
Is that
Ooh.
to Encountering
Also-
God in Japanese?
Yes.
I like that Easter egg. That's
so
fun.
well done. Okay, Team Young Guns. This is for Matt and Becca. What is the title of Mike's latest book? Lead Them to Jesus, a handbook for youth workers. Discover, questioning your way to faith. Thanos or Thor, studies in demigod theology. Or D, a biblical theology of youth ministry.
It's B, right, Matt?
That's what I think.
All right.
You are right. Well done.
I like option C too. I could write out that book proposal.
I smell a next book coming with option
Yeah.
C. That would be interesting.
Yes. Yeah. Nice. Okay. And last question is for Julia by yourself. Sorry, Julia.
No.
I
Come on,
put
Julia.
Mike on the spot. I'm putting you on the spot. So here we go. What school did Scott go to for seminary? Was it Moody, Liberty University, Heritage, or Toronto Baptist Seminary?
I thought it was Heritage. Heritage or Moody. I'm going to go with Heritage.
Yes, you were right. That's right, Scott? Oh my God,
Phew.
Yes, it is. You didn't know? You wrote the question. You didn't know the answer.
I'm like, I'm pretty sure he went there. I'm not going to put it in. Good. Okay, Becca, at the end of those 3 rounds, what are we sitting at?
Still close. So Team Young Guns is at 15 and Team Wisdom is at 14. Still
Nice.
How can that
Well done. Okay, so now we're on to personal trivia. I think we start with Young Guns. Sean's kids make fun of him because A, I had training wheels on my bike until I was 11. I think Velcro shoes are the best. If I had my way, I would live as a beach bum. I cry at rom-coms. Or I can't eat ice cream out of a bowl, but can from a cone.
Where's the all of the above option?
Yes. There's not a...
I feel like E has a ring of truth to it. That's the kind of thing you'd make fun of someone for.
Sure.
Yeah, you want
Sure.
Are you willing to roll
Well
with it?
done, Young
Yeah?
Guns. You're on
Really?
top of it. Yes.
right.
Yeah, I cannot eat ice cream out of a bowl. It just,
I think will not is a better word than cannot.
that's true.
Is it the spoon against the bowl
Yes.
side, or
Yes.
Is
No,
that-
it's the spoon and the ice cream in the mouth. Just the whole
it
thing.
just-
Oh,
He's just got to be
No.
different. That's all.
nice. Okay, good. That's a point for Young Guns. Okay, Team Wisdom. What is Becca Whipple unreasonably afraid of? A, that aliens might actually be real. B, a specific type of crab. C, a spider crawling in her ear while she is asleep. D, breaking her favorite cereal bowl. Or E, chihuahuas.
Well, everyone's afraid of chihuahuas.
Chihuahuas.
do you
Isn't everybody afraid of spiders crawling in their ears?
Yeah, that sounds believable to me.
See? Okay, Becca, what is it?
It's actually B.
B.
A specific type of
Look up Japanese spider crabs. It's unreasonable because they cannot hurt you in any way. But if you've ever watched Alien, the movie with the face hugger thing, they look like that, but in
yeah.
real life. And if I was in the water with
Oh.
one of those,
And look how big it is.
I would absolutely just no.
Where were you swimming, Becca, where you came across
I
one
don't.
of
It's
them?
unreasonable because there's no way I would.
No.
Oh,
But those are
And that's the trick.
Yeah.
And
that's why it's
Oh,
unreasonable. Amazing.
Okay. Young Guns, you are next. And this is what is true about Julia Pettipies. A, every year she purchases the Hallmark Channel for the month of December so she can watch all the Christmas movies. B, her best event in track and field growing up was the 1,500 meter and the 3,000 meter event. C, her kids love to tease her about the time she set the microwave on fire. D, she once performed in the musical Grease in high school as the teacher Miss Lynch. Or E, her family once voted her as dancing queen because of her love of ABBA songs. This is a hard one.
She mentioned like a week ago that she loves Christmas movies. That I think is true. I don't know if A is true though.
I bet she just has a Hallmark channel.
Yeah. She doesn't purchase it. She already has it.
I think it's like, yeah. C could be a thing.
Becca, we need your luck. Come on. Just choose.
I think it's B because it sounds kind of specific.
Julia?
actually, I set the microwave on fire.
Nice.
Like really on fire, not just sparks. I think I was defrosting something and I didn't realize there was a little bit of tin foil inside the wrapper. And the kids came running, Mom, there's smoke coming out of the microwave. And I'm like, oh no, you could see flames. It was not good. Yeah, it was bad.
Oh, nasty.
Nice.
Nasty. Okay, sorry, Young Guns. Next up, Team Wisdom. Which of these is not true about Mike? So we're flipping the switch here. What is not true about Mike? He went to the Taylor Swift Eras Tour when she was in Boston. He played the trumpet as a child in elementary school. His favorite cereal is Lucky Charms. He had a stutter as a child. He had a pet turtle named Fred.
I thought he said something about maybe his wife and daughter going to the Taylor Swift concert, but I didn't hear him say he went.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
What do you think, Julia? That's the only thing that comes to my mind. The others would be a total guess.
Yeah, I'm going to say A.
You are correct. I thought that would trick you because I was talking about the Swift concert. Yeah. Yeah.
So you're not a Swiftie then, Mike?
Well, I am a Swiftie, but I did not go to the concert.
Not go to the concert?
No.
Nice. Okay, Young Guns, you're up next. Scott's family say they know he is in a good mood when he gives them a spontaneous hug. Sorry. Speaks with an Italian accent, hums Eye of the Tiger, does a Schwarzenegger impression, or whistles like a warbler.
Whistling could be.
I agree. I mean, I think multiple people whistle when they're in a good mood.
Sure, we can go with whistling.
Scott?
Oh, yeah.
That's it? They got it? Nice. Well done. Okay, last question for Team Wisdom. And this is, Matt has seen a lot of cool animals in the wild. Which one has he not seen in the wild? Bear, beluga, wolf, moose, bald eagle, or orca?
I'm thinking beluga.
Okay, beluga.
Beluga.
Beluga, Matt?
That is incorrect. I have seen a beluga,
No.
and not in a zoo in the wild. That's why I feel extra proud of this.
Wow. Where did you see that?
Up in northern Quebec. It was very cool.
Oh.
I haven't seen a wolf, but I'd love to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But you've seen everything else.
I've seen everything else
Wow.
in the wild.
Nice. Okay, Becca, we got a drum roll happening.
Hopefully this is right. If anyone's listening and I got this wrong, I'm sorry. But I think it is going to Team Young Guns today with 17 points. Team Wisdom finished with 15 points.
Woo. Well done, Young Guns. I was a little worried at the start when we're talking about the Bible. And it was coming together. But you guys really pulled it out. So well done. Your prizes are in the mail. Don't wait for them. Don't ask.
Hold your breath.
Thanks, guys, for doing that. That was entertaining. Hope our listeners enjoyed some of that trivia. I want to thank our listeners for joining us. Share, like, and subscribe. Check out the YouTube channel for Truth Snack. You can find Youth Pastor Theologian on the web, also on YouTube. You can Google what Youth Pastor Theologian and find him there. Until next time, we wish all of our audience a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
You're listening to the Prepared to Answer podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and help us equip even more people to think like Jesus by sharing with your friends and family. If you have questions or comments regarding this episode or any other, feel free to email us at info@preparedtoanswer.org or contact us through Facebook or Instagram @preparedtoanswer.